Welcome to the inaugural edition of the Swami for 2017. We have had a terrific opening weekend. I think it's been the best weather that we have ever had in any of our opening weekends ever. It was nice and warm and sunny without being oppressively hot. It was not too windy, all that kind of stuff. Just a perfect day for hurling, a great way to start the year. We've had a terrific season so far. We had our first games. We had 6 games all told. Just absolutely terrific out there. I'm not going to go through all the scores. It doesn't make a difference now. They're all posted elsewhere. I do want to talk about Centerpoint. Centerpoint looks absolutely terrific. Smoking Iron looks like a team to be that we reckoned with. I think Dugan and Boland, you got to watch for those guys. And kind of a little bit of a surprise to me this year is Daredevil. Daredevil came on strong, and they looked really good. They really came on strong against Harley Davidson. I'm really impressed with Daredevil. So where I had written Daredevil off to the middle area, they're definitely going to be a top team to be reckoned with, and an injury on one of the top 3 teams that I already mentioned, and Daredevil is going to be right there for the cup. Right now, I want to talk about something that I almost never talk about, which is Gaelic football. Gaelic football starts this week, and we see tappers versus beer. Our Gaelic football is an all-beer league this year. We've got great beer sponsors this year. We've got tappers and beer. I am going to go ahead and say tappers wins this game outright. And then we're followed up by Flat 12 and Daredevil. Daredevil has absolutely stunning uniforms this year. They've got great leadership. Jill Beinke is going to do a great job in that group. And so I'm going to go ahead and say Daredevil over Flat 12 in the second game of our football doubleheader. And then let's get on to Sunday's games. I took a look at the weather. Weather looks like it's going to be a little chillier, but I think it's still going to be good enough weather. No rain in the forecast. We see Hotel Tango versus 9 Irish. Hotel Tango takes this one in a wash. 9 Irish, they've got to get themselves together. They had a really rough opening weekend, losing both of their doubleheader games. They've got to get themselves together and get themselves together soon. The other part of the original 10 o'clock game, we see Smoking Iron versus Dugan, and I think it's going to be Smoking Iron all the way. Smoking Iron all the way, but it'll be tight. Then we see Connors versus Bent Rail, and this one's going to be a tight one, but Connors finally gets off the schneid. They lost last week. Our good chairman, Joe Witkowski, is off to my left over here, and he's on Connors. Connors wins this game against Bent Rail. Bent Rail is also going to have a rough year this year if they don't get themselves together. Centerpoint versus Daredevil. Really, again, this is a pick'em for me, but I'm going to go with Centerpoint. They're going to have everybody there on Sunday. Watch Centerpoint win this game. In the Harley Davidson versus Smoking Iron at the 12 o'clock game, let's go with Smoking Iron, but just barely. I think they'll be tired from the earlier game. And then Hotel Tango versus Dugan. This will be a great game. This is an absolute pick'em. I don't know what to tell you. If I had to really rub on the headdress a little bit, I'm going to say Hotel Tango. But man, I just think Dugan will be a little tired by that time. They're a team built for the playoffs, not for the regular season. Watch them lose to the Hotel Tango. So to kind of wrap this all up, one of the things that we didn't talk about is where the Swami thinks teams are going to fall this year. I've got Centerpoint at number 1. I've got Smoking Iron at number 2. I've got Dugan at number 3, only because you just can't count out Kieran Connery and his group. Can't ever count them out. 4, Daredevil. Daredevil leaped up a couple of units just to get up there after last week's performance. Hotel Tango right behind them. Connors at 6. This is going to be an interesting year for Connors. They've been used to some great winning seasons. What do they do this year? Can they bounce back after their opening week loss and get themselves together? Joe Witkowski says yes, but the Swami says no. Harley Davidson comes in at 7, and then 9 Irish and Bent Rail. Somebody's got to be last. We got a lot of parity in the league. Somebody's got to be last, but those two teams have got to get themselves together. So we're on for a great season this year. Thank God for Connors for continually sponsoring us. Their bartenderesses have been terrific over the years to us. Thanks to JY for being great to us as well. Just in the back here, 2009, all of us in there. Just great to see how the club has grown over the past 10 years. And you know what? We'll see you on the pitch.